Welcome to today's episode of How the Game Was Won. And today we are in Moscow for the FIDE Candidates Tournament of 2016, and specifically the round 11 game between Aronian and Svidler. This game played on the 24th of March 2016. Game started with D4, D5, C4, C6, Nf3 Nf6, Rg3 D takes C4, which, as you know, is the Slav defense, with A4, E6, E3, C5, bishop takes in C4, knight C6, castle short, C takes in D4, E takes in D4, bishop E7, bishop E3, castle short, E2, knight B4, knight E5. And it's interesting to note that no really top player has played Ne5 before. It has definitely come up with a number of games, but nothing at really top flight chess has featured this. So it's entirely possible that Aronian came up with something relating to knight E5 at home as part of his home preparation, because through all of these moves he was playing pretty fast, like it was all within deeply rooted within his own home preparation. Bishop D7, rook A to D1, knight B to D5, bishop C1, obviously making way for the rook lift to come up to D3 and then swing across to the king side. Bishop C6, rook D3, knight takes in C3, B takes in C3, bishop D5, rook G3, bishop C4, knight takes in C4, G6, knight E5. And here you can see White has got his pieces all in a very attacking and aggressive position, but unfortunately they do not look that threatening because of the missing light square bishop. Continuing, knight E7, bishop H6, rook E8, F4, bishop F8, bishop G5, bishop E7, knight G4, H5, and bishop E7. And over here, Aronian chose the practical approach within this position, and after the game both players were looking at the possibility of what would have happened had Aronian played, for instance, into that knight H6 check with king G7 and H4. It could have led to some very interesting possibilities and what looks to be a fairly strong move in the position. But Aronian played the more practical approach, which is with bishop takes E7, king takes E7, knight E5, and White is, you can say, is slightly better here, but Black certainly does still have a lot to be able to defend with, and a certain degree of counterplay as well. King H7, King C2, rook G8, rook G5, King H8, rook A3, knight takes E5, rook takes E5, King D6, King D2, King G7, rook G3, rook H8, King D2, rook Hc8, King D7, rook D8, King D4, rook Hc8, rook B5, bishop, rook takes B5, A takes B5, King A3, and at this stage of the game, it would have been wise to maybe take on G6 and then maybe just agree to the draw. But instead, out of inertia, Levin tries to continue and come up with a decisive attack, but instead gets himself into a perilous situation by trying to overplay a position that didn't have that much to play in. That was with King C2, rook B8, King E2, rook C1, so King C1 check, King F2, King takes F4, King G1, King C1 check, King F2, King F4 check, King G1, and it seemed like Peter was confused with the position, whether to continue and do the draw by 3-move repetition. But when he saw the move King G8, he decided to rather give that a go. Not to mention the fact that by playing these couple of backwards and forwards, seeming to head for a 3-move repetition type of move, allowed him to gain a little bit of time in his clock, especially running over the 40-move time control, and give himself a little bit of additional time that he needed to be able to study and come up with the possibilities arising out of the King G8 move, which is exactly what he plays here, followed by Qb2 A6, superb move there, C4, H8 Nb5, C5, Qe4, Qd2, Kg1 check, Qf2 with A8, Qe1 and Qb2 check. And as you can see here, the game is entirely bust for Aronian. Svidler has got that incredibly useful pass pawn on b5, supported by both the rook and the queen working together in harmony. Thus, the position of Aronian's king means that wherever he moves the king to, the working the pass pawn and working the rook and queen to support it will be all those moves will be combined with check, meaning that the white king will then have to move and gain Svidler all the tempo he needs to be able to bring the pawn through and win the game handsomely. So in this position, Aronian resigns Svidler 1, and it must be an absolutely heartbreaking loss for Aronian, whose chances of qualifying for the World Championship match look at just about absolutely zero at the moment. And that, my friends, is how the game was won. Remember to post in the comments questions, criticisms you have in the comment section down below. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button if you like the content, share it out amongst your best friends, and also click the subscribe button down below to stay subscribed for all the new content that comes up on just about a daily basis. Remember to stay carved up for the win. I'll see you next time. Cheers.